Hey guys, welcome to another live from I am underscore Rupert. It's another beautiful day. It's so good to be here once again, doing another live. I've been absent for a couple of weeks, and so tonight it's such a great feeling to be back in the room on the live. So I just want to say, for all those weeks I was missed in action, you guys have known. Hey, Faith, welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys have shared it. What I did, the surgery, and my voice was severely affected, so I couldn't speak until now. I'm still doing a lot better. What is happening, like in the mornings, it sounds a little bit decent, but as in 2, 3 hours, then it goes back to how it sounds right now. So, guys, I thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for your well wishes and the love that you shared and expressed. Thank you so much. For real. I just want to get back in here, even though my voice is not 100%. But I just want to get back on here, guys, to just say, yeah, it's good to be in the room again. So I want to welcome everyone. We have Faith in the room. Um, Happy to have you. Right now, we have 11 people online. I just want to welcome everyone. I know oh, Janet is here. Hi, Janet. Janet says, hello, Rupert. Happy to see you. I am so happy, Janet, to be in the house, to be with you guys once again. It's such a privilege. It's such a pleasure. And I miss you guys. Seriously, miss you guys, the company as family. So I just want to say a special welcome to another vlog, another live stream from I'm underscore Rupert with Sunday Night Live with the positive vibes. Hey, Doreen, welcome, Doreen, guys. I couldn't wait to get on here. This is Peach. I lost my phone. Okay, Peach. Big respect. Oh my God, sorry you lost your phone. I hope yeah, it will be found in short order, and then you can get back to your regular way of life. So once again, thank you guys so much. I must say thanks to God. The surgery was successful, and the voice is going to take a while to get back to the normal voice. So I might not be able to go the length, but I have to come on here, guys, to just show my face in the place and to reunite with family. So welcome one and all. God bless you. I went back to my doctor and for a follow-up, and the results are extremely great. No cancer, great. Only thing, I've no pains. I'm not on any meds because sometimes persons who normally remove thyroid have to do take a medication, Synthroid, for the rest of their lives. Thank God I am not on any medication. I'm not on any medication. Hey, Marie in the house. Good evening. It's good to see you. Marie as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to share this evening. Happy that you're here. So I'm not on any medication. I'm having no pain, no problem in swallowing. It's just that my voice is sounding that hoarseness. So it's going to take a couple of months, as the doctor says. All I have to do is sip water regularly, and moisten the voice. It's called voice fatigue, as he mentioned. So, guys, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how is the sound. I know there's vast improvement. Thank God. Sorry about that. Thank God. Thank God. Anne Marie in the house. Welcome, Anne Marie. Good to have you. Good to have you guys in the house. Thank you so much, Anne Marie. I know my wife will be joining shortly. So I just want to say big up to everyone. Guys, it's such a pleasure. I'm telling you, for the past couple of weeks that I was not able to be on here, I had to break that short by I have a friend of mine who was one of the finalists in the Jamaica Festival Song Competition, Christopher Lang, we had to come on here. I had promised him to do an interview, which we did. And so far, he wasn't successful, but he has got a lot of experience and exposure based on that. And next time around, be successful. So big up Christopher Lang. Thank you for, being able to get on the finalists in the Jamaica Festival Song Competition. So tonight I am here, guys. I am here. I am here. I am here. So welcome once again. I see you all in the house. Thank you so much. It's been a very humbling experience. I just went back to work a couple of days ago, but still I'm not able to talk. The way I work is I have to talk. So my talking has been severely reduced. So I'm not able to do 100%. When I find myself talking a lot, it kind of, put a little strain on my voice. So I'm still on the job, just got back after 3 weeks out, got back. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank you so much, Anne Marie. I'm happy to be back. And for those who are on here, I know some of my viewers, they want to remain incognito. So those of you who are on here, you're in the background, you're watching. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys, so much. I always try to bring best contents and positivity. That's why it's called Sunday Night Live with the positive vibes. And that's what I intend to do. That's what we've been doing. And I thank God for you as family who have always, always supported me. And I'm so happy. Oh, it's the General. Thank you. So big up to you, my brother, Uncle Rupert. Big up to you, General. Much respect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Big up to you. We are doing great. And your videos I watched today. And I just want to offer my condolences to you and your family that you lost a family member yesterday or so on. Our prayers are with you, sir, and your family. It's such a very that moment of grief and sadness and so on. But we want to say our prayers are with you. Great condolences to your family, and I hope that within this time, the life that she lived will, the memories will cheer you up. I can see it's a very, very hard moment. So prayers and love goes out to you and your family. It's the General. Thank you so much. Guys, let me sip a little water. Yes, so happy to see everyone. Guys, as you notice the topic, help me understand this. While I was absent on the YouTube street, I watched a couple of videos and, I've seen certain things that has been happening. And it just begged to question, what help me understand this. I cannot understand, which I might understand what the overall motive, and when people do good, persons will always find a way to discredit them. So I want you to help me understand this, because sometimes it's the ultimate question I have that I ask myself: what more? What else can one do when one has done the best? But then again, it brought me back to the realization that, look at Jesus. He had done everything for us. He died, brought salvation to humanity, and life, and provide everything. And sometimes, we'll say, what more do we want the Lord to do? Because in general, human beings become so ungrateful and does not remember, what the Lord has done. And so it is common in the human race. So sometimes, we know the ultimate thing, but we still sometimes question, what more do you want me to do? Help me understand, what is the rationale? What is the genuine and realistic fundamentals or things that would cause one not even to recognize that here is a person or persons that is doing all that they can to bring transformation, bring success, bring knowledge, bring greatness, and it's like you haven't done anything. So that is the whole ambit of the human race. People are just ungrateful for many, many reasons. So I want, as we discussed tonight, I'll be making points on certain things that I noticed that has happened over the past 3 weeks, more so about 3 weeks. And it just helped me understand this. Sometimes it baffles my mind. And we all can share in this conversation. We all can share in this conversation. Guys, I must at all times, bring recognition to the travel commander. The travel commander. As I always say, Guy, he's the one that inspired me, caused me to be on the YouTube platform. And for that, I really do appreciate. I do appreciate. The Rastaman would say, appreciate love. Yeah, that I do. I Am Mawa has brought so many transformative aspects to one's life in every sense of the word, of transformation, of goodwill, success, hope, knowledge, kindness. And I just want to just point on one thing. And I noticed that as recent as today, I was watching a video. We know I Am Mauro has this very, very soft spot for humanity, for people. And as a result, people take disadvantage of his kindness. And his kindness has become like a part of his weakness. Because that's the way people flex and they gravitate towards his kindness and use that as a weakness. And it has become his weakness because he doesn't have that strong, he might have it in some cases, but you know, that strong, that headstrong attitude, like even Dee Mwango. They are brothers and sisters, both have good hearts, but Dee Mwango seems to me to have a more stronger footing and control over things and people around him than Mawa. Mawa is just this kind of happy-go-lucky, easygoing, forgiving, and generous guy who doesn't like to see people suffer, especially children. There was something that I must congratulate. Let me congratulate Marwa, Rocio, and everyone that has contributed to the road. It's a beautiful road. And Elita said, good evening, Rupert, and everyone who is watching. Rupert, your voice much stronger today. Absolutely, Elita. Yes, sir, much stronger. Thank you so much. And happy that you are here. Great. Yes, the road. And people are still of the fact that it's Marwa's road because it leads into his house. Guys, I heard one guy, and I'm going to touch on him just by what he says. He said that this is not a public, or it's not, I think it's a public road. It's because the road leading to Marwa's house. Guys, there's always dead end. Oh, I diddle turtles. Hey, any turtles here? Oh, Lord, I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Based on the position of land, sometimes the road ends into somebody's property. And it's somebody's property. I agree. And that's it. But some people don't even understand that roads into somebody's property. I have seen where roads into people's property, then the government have to either make a left or a right, go around that person's property and rejoin the road behind that person's property. Public access. Hey, Jampo Marks, thank you so much for being here in the house. Big up to you. So I think persons claim to be very knowledgeable and intelligent, but still they are walking on their intelligence. Diddle Turtles, I don't know who that person is. I might just block him. I'm here for turtles. Oh, we're going to have trolls on this, right? That's how it is. Okay. I saw Mawa yesterday. I saw a video. He beef up security for his property, his villa. That security camera picked up a young kid, 14-year-old guy, who stole a phone and other implements. Mawa brought him up. And guys, when I saw Mawa brought him the camera and they recovered the article and everything, I knew that there was a certain person who was going to jump on it. I knew, a certain person was going to jump on it and just down Mawa for that and say Mawa is wicked and he shouldn't have. I must tell you, I don't know if it was Mawa himself who arrested the kid, but this kid has been a habitual thief for 5-7 houses, even stole from some police officers' house. But there has to come a point in time when persons have to be disciplined. Person must have been brought to bear to say, yes, I'm going to make sure that you're at this point, you're going to change. And sometimes it takes tough love. It takes person being arrested to change their ways. So I know that person, that negative reactor was going to jump on that and come up with Mawa. But it's all about they looking contents and they stifle their conscience and their sense of reasoning to just make a point to get views. Guys, probably if Mawa had taken that youth, is there two school of thought? Taking that youth, okay, and don't do anything. Go your merry way. Get the phone, go your merry way. Then maybe that kid would have continued on the same path. I guess he has done this already. A hater from the Lazy Gang named Angel Video said he's shown under a child on his video. Wicked. Yeah, but yeah, I'm telling you, persons just don't understand. You know what I mean? How person's life can be changed when certain punishment have been executed to them, and then it can open their eyes to reality, open their eyes to change and rehabilitation. Yeah. Okay. As I said, I don't know if it was Mao who called the police because I didn't get to see that part. Angela. Okay. But when that child faces the law and justice, then that child may have time to reflect and said, you know what? I have to change my ways because this experience, I don't want to experience it again, right? I don't want to experience this again. So as a result, I'm going to change my ways. I learned my lesson. But sometimes you pat people on the shoulder or on their wrist and just say, okay, it's another day. They will continue in the same lifestyle. Faith said, I'm worried for a Jamaican uncle being in that village. To an extent. But Jamaican uncle, if you notice how Jamaican uncle move, he just a little bit here, a little bit there, and he doesn't get involved in the other stuff. But I'm worried at some point, yes, we all are, because that village is so toxic. It is so, man, it's like, what I noticed, guys, like everybody a cousin. And this family is against that family. and different factions of the family against each other. So rather than this community move from that low level of degradation to a higher level, it's continued to go down because these people are not trying to elevate themselves. These people are trying so hard to tear down Mao, but they will not succeed. Very true, Doreen, and I'm going to go into that. I did a video about this guy, Chris, who came on the scene of late and trying to say he come to save the city. But what he's doing, he's hurting the city more than even doing good. Yes, and I tell you the reason why. And why I take a strong position on that. Here is a guy who is professing to be a Christian and quoting the scriptures, but there's no basis in scriptural purview that supports his action. Because being a Christian, you should bring people together. Mavis, big up Mavis. Happy to have you here, Mavis. Being a Christian, it means of bringing people together, not dividing, separating, or spreading hate among a community or family, right? Bringing people together. And I made a video. I said what he should have done. First of all, if he wants to help his community, you live there, you know what's going on, right? There is both sides of the spectrum, right? First of all, if I'm going to help let me deal with my family first, right? So I said what he should have done if have a general conversation with his family, because he come to help his family. Okay, let's go to the table. Let's talk, because one person can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? One person cannot be wrong. But he approached it wrong when start breathe out kind of division and all kind of stuff. And what he's doing is bringing up all stuff that has no bearing, has no effect on Mao. All stuff that they have been through, people try to throw murder, try to bring it up, and they went nowhere. That's what he's unearthing and trying to make his case. That's not going to work, because that is trivial stuff that they have been through already, been there, done that. It never worked to bring down Mao. So in the end, you're fighting a losing battle. And the fact that as a Christian, he said, tit for tat is fair game. Guys, I was appalled. I was shocked. Elaine Lidner, good night. How are you? Great to have you. He's saying that tit for tat is fair game. That really shook me in my boots as a Christian, right? Tit for tat is fair game. How can a Christian promulgate that tit for tat is fair game? The Bible talked about forgiveness. That boy Chris is fighting a losing battle. Talk about Mao, fence, sewage in river, bad man. Absolutely. Absolutely, because they have been through the road already. It never worked. And I pointed out that people with more power and influence tried it with Mao. You have Ivan, tried it. You have a guy named Funtafante, or whatever his name is. I may not get it correct. All these people tried it to take down Mao. They came with all kind of, so bigger fish tried to come against Mao, and it went nowhere, because all they came up with zero, 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 zero. 0, 0, 0. So how can this guy that has no basis, all is coming on with bringing up old stuff, that has no basis, is fighting a losing battle. And he even said it. He already defeated himself by saying if he found out that what he's doing, he's not going to win, he's going to pack up, he's going to stop and get out and run away, take off. He has already taken out, because there's no basis, there's no strength, there's nothing. He's not standing on any good leg to present a case that can really bring any kind of threat to Mao. He walked from with an envelope. We have not seen what's in that envelope as yet. So I would have said, if you come to make peace, what you should have done, let me deal with my family, because that's where issues are coming from on both ends. Let's sort things out. Then we reach out to the other party or parties, and we make a coming together, find out what this, that. But you can't just, you're here to defend, because the guys, there's so much toxicity in that village. I was at one time said, you know what? I just hit the surface, because this thing, the depth of it is too nasty. It's too toxic. So I can't waste time to get into it. I just want to sit on the surface just to show people, help me understand, why are these people so hell-bent? Hey, my wife is here. Bless up, babes. Bless up, thank you. They are so hell-bent. Mauer, let's say the road is from Mauer to his house. Okay, fine. But at the same time, the community people are using it. Kids are using it going to school. People are driving on it. People are doing all kind of stuff on it. So the community is benefited from this venture, right? You know, yes, Faith, I really do agree. Eventually, I think he will. Perhaps he's going to fail. He's fighting a losing battle, right? Yeah. And he comes in and says he's a Christian. That's the part that got me. He's a Christian. If you're a Christian, you should bring peace. Think about forgiveness. Don't talk about tit for tat is fair game. The Bible said you should forgive your brother 70 times 7. Right? We are in the grace dispensation where forgiveness is key on every front. Not in the days when I do you this, you do it back to me, like an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That is not the dispensation that we are in. That is not the dispensation that we are in. We're in grace dispensation where Jesus said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, with all thy soul, and thy might, and thy neighbor as thyself. Because on these hang the commandments and the laws and the prophets. So if you have love to everyone, Christian man, you need to go find a woman that job. Start producing Christian. Yeah, you know, if you have love, you won't hate, you won't kill, you won't steal, you won't backbite, you know. And then again, you're going to have disagreements, but you can talk about it, you can discuss it, you can have conversations, and you can reach that end result where everybody is nice again. You're going to have disagreement because we have different thoughts, processes, different perceptions. We see things differently. But at the end of the day, through conversation, meaningful dialogue, we can see, okay, you know, I made a mistake. I was wrong in this. My ignorance got the better of me. But now I understand that you were hurt. I did this and you're hurt. And we move on because we learn to forgive. That's what it is. So what he's doing is fighting a losing battle because he has not approached the situation the correct way. When they even went to the fact that they tried to block the road from the truck delivering to our site. Those are not the things that one should do. Though we find a way to be good neighbors. You know what I mean? Ways to be good neighbors. And I'm so happy that, guys, look at it. I think the content of drama affecting Mawa channel from growing. I think this. And Mawa, his channel is really growing, you know, but probably not by leaps and bounds, but it's getting traction. You know, I'm so glad that everything that they do, everything that they does, you know what I mean? Mawa and his family rise. Can't put him down. They block road, they went, they bought road. So this road now that they bought, that's private property. That's their road. So what they could actually do, guys, is put a gate, entrance gate. Only those persons who are authorized can go in and out. So, you know what I mean? Because since he has bought his road, so that now becomes no longer a public thoroughfare. That's private. So you can put chain across there, you can put a gate, and persons won't be able to use that as the public thoroughfare. You know what I mean? So it just Elaine says all the people fighting Mount families behind him. Mount family is winning and they are moving ahead. Absolutely. That is what they should have. That's why I said, help me understand this. You're fighting against somebody, and everything that you put out, everything that you does, the person just move on, keep going. So what's the sense? What the use? We have a thing in Jamaica say, if you can't beat me, join me. If you can't beat the man, join him. And if that is what the community needs, that's what Chris should have done. Bring warring factions together. But you don't come to support Faith. I agree, it's right in his channel. Well, it may be for a moment, and then we know Mawa as a travel guy, but now he's can't beat me, friend me. That's the thing I'm saying, Doreen. You can't beat me, join me and friend me. So what? It would have served a better and purpose if he had come in and said, okay, let me examine both scenarios, bring people together by showing love, because everybody make mistake. Mama make mistake, that person on the family make mistakes, but you can't be just one person wrong all the time. One person or one family cannot be wrong all the time. You know what I mean? That's the point I'm trying to make. So that's not the right thing to do, Chris. We don't come again. The Yabanse can become a very, very productive village. But the continued fighting, YouTubers fighting against each other, this, that. It is crazy. The community will never come to a place that there'll be harmony, there'll be growth, there will be great infrastructure. Yeah. I think Mark Becher kind of create all this stuff fearful to some of us. Absolutely. Mawa is the best travel. That's why I said he's a travel commander. He's the best. Look at when he went to Nairobi the other day and he met these people on the street. He is the best at content creation while traveling. So that is his thing. So I can understand his channel is not going to be growing as the way it ought to, because now he's bogged down in the village. Dee is building her house. He's the one now who is going to be there. I will take care of stuff. Black and Rose is telling investor not to put it. Absolutely, Elaine. Black and Road and all this. So they're driving away investors. So it doesn't make sense to me. That's why I said, help me understand this, because it does not make sense what these people are doing to themselves. And they allow persons who have different agenda or against Mawa to send them donation, support them, because $5 in Kenya is a lot of money. And they are using them to tear down each other. And they're going to get themselves into serious trouble. And they're going to get themselves into serious trouble. You know what I mean? Guys, we don't want it to reach that stage. I want that village, because trust me, Yabahan said to me, it's very unique. It's very unique because why I kind of like it, when I just started Marnie's party, I can relate to the way of life, the way I was grown up, my childhood days. I can relate. Never had electricity. We used to cook. We cook out the door. Doreen agree. They gained some substance back in the village. Yes, we used to cook. Have like a kitchen outside, and then we'd cook outside. We would the same kind of farming. We have to look good. Those people are not going where they are stuck in mud houses and sheep, bush useless. Oh Lord, Linda. Oh, that goes on a lot, because trust me, that is why I kind of get attracted to the village, because I can relate to the things, the lifestyle, and that being born in Jamaica, born rural Jamaica, where we have to use bucket torch, we have to tie our goat, cut grass for goat, catch a fire, blow fire, and all of that. I can relate to those stuff. So those things kind of brought back some fond memories. So that's why I kind of like the village. But the actions of the people, oh my God, it is just driving people away. Today you said, okay, I think something good is going to happen, and buy you a queen. It goes back 10 steps behind from where it was. So these people are destroying their own infrastructure. They're destroying their own progress. They're destroying their own progress and their successes because of the inward fighting, the hate, the jealousy. Help me understand it. Help me make sense. That makes sense to me. No sense. Why can't they see? And then, guys, I see Elaine. Yes, I may not growing on the level it should but just doing good. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. John said, question: what type of things Marwa should change? John Marks asks, what kind of things, Rupert, that life humbles you and make you want better for yourself? Absolutely, absolutely, for real. Question: what type of things Marwa should change? You know what? One of the things I think Marwa should change is set boundaries. Marwa should set boundaries because he's bringing too many people so close in his space. He should set boundaries. And the family, I think that's one of his weakness, setting boundaries. Yeah. And it's just because of the heart he has to help people. You know what I mean? They were told, one thing they set out, according to the rule of engagement, is that anyone that's coming to the villa should have an appointment. People are still coming there in droves. The question I also want to ask, the 14-year-old guy that stole the phone, his home should be off limits to strangers. Absolutely, set boundaries. How this guy was able to be going in and out of rooms and no one asked any question. That's what I was thinking of yesterday when I saw that. I said, and Marwa said the guy would come every day. He would give him money. He would tell lies that his mom is this and that, all that. Yeah. And for how long he's been going to school? He'll be getting money for school. I'm wondering what that is a thing. He should set boundaries, right? Stop letting people in his compound. He needs to have that in place because this little young boy all over the villa in rooms from room to room until he stole something. How come that was allowed? And I can say by just observation and thinking, Marshall changed most of everything he's doing because most of it not working. He just have a very soft heart. He doesn't know how to balance. He should close gate for a while. Yeah, man. Because in the long run, guys, I think it might affect to some degree his relationship with his wife. Because they agree, but still people are coming. You know what I mean? And he's still letting people without appointments. And sometimes you have to, there's also a thick line or no, I won't say that. There's also an exception to the rule because there was a guy who traveled from Uganda, right? 3 days to be there. He said he tried to make some appointment, didn't get through contact, didn't get through. However, he came and he was there, and somehow Marwa said he had to do what he had to do to get him in. And interviewing that guy, I kind of feel that that guy is kind of genuine. Marwa got sorry for him. He traveled 3 days, and so on and so forth. And he give the guy a shout out and everything. Marwa loves having people around him, and that can be a problem. That is his thing. He just love people around him. He can That's why I said he should set some boundaries. He just like having people around him, his compound filled, has his kids and everybody. But I should say, Mawa, you alone cannot save the world. And I know you have a good heart and you just love people that like to do things. And yet he has done a lot of things off camera in terms of being his generosity. You know, he has done it. But there's a level, you know, there are boundaries need to be set in the villa. Because when I was sorry guys, on the video, that guy was all over the place. I was like, how come he was allowed to be roaming through room to room? He was not an invited guest. Like, you know, you have guests who you invite from, you know, countries or wherever. He wasn't an invited guest, but he was allowed the freedom of movement everywhere without any restriction. Mao need to stop. He's putting his life in danger and his family and guests also. Absolutely. Because while guests were coming, that little boy was going around the place. And that's one of his weaknesses that he has to do. Change that. You got to change that. That's one of the things because it only tends to hurt him. And whenever he takes action, which that little boy, I think he was arrested, and I think that the best thing for him that he can learn. I think Dee want him, but Mawa don't listen. Yeah, Dee always, cause Dee's a different person. She's nice, but she's not going to be allowing everybody into her space. And that is right. At certain point in time in your life, you have to have boundaries. You know what I mean? And feed people with a long spoon. You got to feed people with a long spoon. I believe that little guy, 14-year-old guy that got arrested, I think that's a lesson for him that he will learn from. Because sometimes you have to have tough love. And I know that one Jamaican reactor was going to jump on it, you know. And I heard it. I said, Lord Jesus, I know that reactor was going to jump on it and put things in our own way that like the kid should get a slap on the wrist. No, he should learn and then get, you know, because sometimes I said tough love works. I work for Rosie and Marisha. People have evil hearts. That is it too. Sharon, big up Sharon Johnson, long time. Thank you so much for being here, Sharon. Yes, man, I'm back. I'm not fully you know, been able to my voice still, you know, probably 30% yet, but better than before. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Guys, give me 1 second. I just have to get something quickly. All right. I also think he needs to an episode. That was the thing I'm gonna say, Anne Marie. Need an office outside. Not everybody into his house. 1 second, guys. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, that's one of the things I was going to be talking about. He should have an accommodation for persons who, rather than have them in his house all over it, especially if you're not an international invited guest. Persons should not have access to his overall home, I know they probably don't go upstairs, I'm not sure, but downstairs. But it's too much for freedom movement. Also, everyone should be absolutely not everyone should be holding the baby for real, for real. So those are some of the things that probably he need to do: set boundaries, have limitations, have yeah, because it could hurt his family relationship. Yes, and for the person that he is, you don't want to have a problem in a relationship because of people, because you know you don't know who is genuine, because people come to you and you figure they're so genuine, but at the end of the day, or it doesn't wouldn't take long for you to find out that they are not. And by the time you find out they are not genuine, the work, the damage have already been done. And I'm just hoping, guys, that he would take a little bit more severe action in terms of protecting his space. Protecting his space, because when you protect your space, you're protecting the well-being of your family, your kid, yeah? Because people can have sickness, disease, that's a transmittable disease, and come in there, and infect you. Thanks, Sharon. Yes, guys, please give the video a like, guys. Please, please. Yeah, they can infect your space with any kind of, sickness or illnesses or something, because nobody, you don't have a place that persons get tested before they enter. You know what I mean? So as a result, and you have your young kid, you don't be just, I think, more restrictions in the villa. All right? That's my thought. And somebody mentioned an accommodation like outside area where you can meet with people, and like an office or something, and meet with people, and then like your international guests, then you meet inside your villa, because these are people you'd actually prepare for. You know what I mean? So he built a garage, built an outside accommodation for persons who you're going to invite for shout out. You know what I mean? And persons who come for shout out and so on. You don't have to be hosting them 2, 3, 4 days in your house either. You know what I mean? That is the thing. So if you're gonna, because if I have to go somewhere I wouldn't expect you to take care of me. I'll take care of myself. So he should have an outdoor accommodation. Persons come and shout out. We'll meet at this venue, and then we go through all that we have to do. There said, hi Sharon, I know you're not seeing, but I'm seeing you because I'm a moderator. Okay, yeah. Have an outside accommodation to meet with these people, and so you do your shout out, you do whatever, and then you can walk around. If you want to walk around outside, and you do that. But then you have you're in your house in the villa. That's for your international visitors. You know what I mean? I think he need to do that, because I said he loved to pass on knowledge to people, and he does that. That's why I like the guy. Other big YouTubers not taking time out to share with young YouTubers knowledge and experiences. You know what I mean? Yes, but he takes the time out all the time to do that, and sometimes he'll be going hungry, not eating, just to meet with people. That is it. Yeah. I agree. Outside office, absolutely. Yes, that's where you do your thing. So and you're in your villa inside, and all that is for your international invited guests. So those are some of the things. I hope he watched this video. Can you watch video and I watch it? Come on, he watch it. So shout out to you, Ayamawa. Big up. You are the man. You're the big man. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And what I saw him did today with the young guy from Uganda, have him seated and went over and talked about a couple of things, asked some very important questions, and he just took his time to share. And not only did he give him a shout out, he gave the guy some pointers for his own personal family development. He gave the guy some pointers, some very important pointers for his own personal family development. It's like, he's like a father, a wise father, passing on wise word of wisdom to a younger person, to a grandson, or so on and so forth. That's what I said. Wow, Marwa is not selfish. None at all. He's not selfish. He pours into people. And that is what big YouTubers not doing. He's the only one that takes time out to invest his time, his knowledge, pour out or pour into persons. And they use that. And that's why it hurts when they use it against him. They use it against him. So he is, to me, all around, he's the best. Great content creator, great traveler, and his generosity and hospitality is up and up, normal. But it's just that he need to have some regulated boundaries. I said, build an accommodation outside for persons who are gonna come for shout out and so on. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it, he's not charging nobody for shout out. He's not charging. And when it comes to shout out, they're using his internet, his electricity, his food, and everything. Treat them, everybody, good. Yeah. So I am Marwa, my brethren, get that accommodation on the outside to accommodate persons who are visiting for shout out and any other things that pertain to their personal things in the region. And then you have now your invited guests, international guests, as we put them, in your villa. So you won't have persons lurking in the villa against other people's property. Nobody will be stealing person's property, and all of that. Because when I saw the video camera, that young guy I was saying that he was moving from room to room. No. How come he catch this up? Jamaican, you can't have a Jamaican, You can't have a Jamaican. How him reach this up? How we reach all over, free access to all these areas. Yeah. So, my brethren, Marwa, that are my things. So Jampo Mark, I hope that answers your question. Let me know if that answers your question in terms of what Marwa need to change. All right, Jampo, let me say. Sharon said, true Rupert. Yeah, man, for real. Listen, Marwa have a lot of empathy to our people. And that is it. So much empathy. Guys, as you said that, Elaine, I remember there was this little boy who sold him the two pigeon, right? It's 2 or 3. Yes. And he said that guy, when he saw the guy's slippers, it reminded him so much of himself. And you could have feel the empathy. You could have felt that, with the little boy. And he would always, you remind me of me. You know what I mean? And all of that, what he used to do. And in no time, that guy got so many things, yes? But here what happened? Well, I was like, man, it's like a lot of, I won't say everybody, but majority of the people in the village are scammers. The little boy had some books that need to be bought. I was going to pay or some fee, some books. It was $200 for the books. And he told Marwa $500. He lied. Well, granted, we all just love and are concerned about Marwa. Yeah, man, for real. The little boy lied. And I was like, oh my God. At that young age, 500. And that I was very disappointed in that young little boy. And I'm sure Marwa was, and so many of us were disappointed. And that goes to show the level of uh, uh, lies and deception that is in that village. But I'm just hoping, guys, that uh, it's not too late for persons to come together and try find a common ground, you know. And Mr. Chris, you say you're Chris the Great. You're not great. You're Chris the Divider. Again, I'm saying to you, sir, you're fighting a losing battle. Bigger fish than you went up to Mawa and couldn't do anything to him. So I don't see how you are going to bring him down. You can't, because whatever you're doing, you're approaching this the wrong way. If you come to help your community or help your people, I think you should have done from a different perspective. Find common ground through dialogue with your family, because that's, you can't just feel your family is right all the time and our family is wrong. No one person can be wrong all the time. It goes both ways. So I think you should have found out, what's going on. Have dialogue, meaningful dialogue. Meaningful dialogue. And then you work from your home. You have to work from your home first, because you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And it comes through dialogue, meaningful dialogue. And then you guys could all find a common ground on which to stand and make the community better. The lazy gang can use those kids against him because they know that he has a soft heart for kids. Yes, Mao have a soft heart for kids. My God, he was just walking the other day on the road, these two kids, and by then he just offered them money. They don't have this. One kid was coming from school. I forget what was the situation, and he just went into his pouch, took money out, and gave the kid. So he has done so many things. Elaine said Chris and his uncle can both go lay down in the road. They block Mawa building a new road. That is what I'm saying, right? Mawa, and sometimes, I was asking myself the question the other day. I know in Jamaica, people sell land, you have to get road. In Kenya or Yabohanse, it's a different thing. You had your land and just, provide road for people. You know what I mean? But now that Mawa has bought his road, guys, what do you think he should do? What do you think he should do? Because it is a private road now. So all them people who who are against him can ask, if he decide to put a gate there, because it's private property, private drive road, private driveway, how them are going to manage? They fight against him. So all these people are fighting a losing battle. Whatever they're doing themselves. My grandfather and grandma just say, we should have this song. If you do good, you do yourself. You do bad, you do yourself. You do good, you do yourself. You do bad, you do yourself. And that's how we grew up. So we always try to do good, because if you do good, you do yourself. And for those who may come across this video and don't understand when I said, if you do good, you do yourself. If you do bad, you do yourself. It simply means if you do good, you do it to yourself. If you do bad, you do it to yourself. So in other words, just do good, because no man is an island. No man stands alone. Each man's joy is joy to me. Each man's grief is my own. We need one another. So I will defend each man as my brother and each man as my friend. Hey, Queen. Oh, wow. Nice, Queen. Good to have you, Queen. Queen said you're sounding great by God's grace. Thank you so much, Queen. Absolutely sounding great. John Promark said there was many suggestions from Marwa to make this accommodation on top of the garage accommodate those type of people. Thanks very much, Rupert, in taking the time to get into the queue. Thanks again. Yeah, man. Okay. Oh, I never knew that person was saying that he should do it up top there. But definitely, that's the way to go. That's the way. Yeah, man. You're so welcome, my brother. That is the way to go. And as I said, make the villa accommodation for his international invited guests. You know what I mean? Set the barrier, set a barrier, set boundaries, because it's going to affect his relationship. Rocio might not say anything at this point in time, but if things continue to be like that, because if you notice, guys, when the little boy stole the thing and Rocio came, Rocio made mention about her privacy. She was very, very, very stern about that, that nobody will come to the villa, like that. So I think Mawa have to do that, right? Yes. Mawa, we brethren still not. Team Mawa is the best. But, we just help each other go on in life. And I hope we will look into that aspect of it by setting up separate accommodation for visitors that come in for shout out, and make sure you still run this thing by appointments. And if somebody come without an appointment, it must be an extreme case where the exception is more than the rule. They can make an exception, because I believe in making exceptions. I do believe in making exceptions, but it must be on the grounds of genuine, authentic. The authenticity of the situation will, allow you to make that exception. The case have to be airtight. Queen said, Rosie has been given land by Congress. That, yeah, man, for real. She had been given land, and that goes to show that they can't stop Mawa. They can't stop the family, because persons, if they're buying properties, they would rather somebody come from foreign country of different persuasion to buy these properties, when people in the village can buy their own property, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So Rosie was given land by Congress. That was a very, very, very good gesture. And the way he said my daughter, and it was such a very heartfelt moment, when all that was done. And he said whatever she wants, whatever project she wants to do, it's totally up to her. And I tell you, God is good, because Rocio was thinking of doing something for the community. As we know, guys, she's in the arts. And set up something that will help the children and the community. I know exactly where she's going. And she said she don't want to give much details, but she hinted at it. You also getting a manager, so yeah, okay, cool. She hinted at it, but I could see the whole picture of setting up a center or area for the arts, persons who have talents, persons who want to learn things, creative arts, home economics, person want to learn how to do things, whatever, an occupation, a trade, something of the sort, music, whatever. And I can see that location is so ideal for that. So ideal. And that was a great, great gift, great gesture. Thank you much, Congress Dad. You guys are the best. That family is the best, all the way to help people. Elaine, Janet, he does need a manager. Absolutely. He need a manager to handle appointments, because, so they schedule these appointments and make sure that it is done on the days when he is not actively engaged in other things. Set, A very good night. Blessings to you, Sharon. Okay, right, right. Yeah. So the other thing that I think Mawa should have done. Oh, guys, I had promised to be here for an hour. I am over an hour and 5 minutes. Guys, I gotta take care of my voice. My wife said, make sure you treat your voice. You know what I mean? Elaine said, community center is needed in that village. Absolutely. And that is what I think Rocio is going. Because we know, guys, she's in the arts, music, and all of that, and she does other things. Other thing that, and I think that's where she's going, and that location is so ideal for that facility. That facility. So, and guys, it doesn't matter what Marwa or Rocio or the family does. You're always going to have people who think otherwise and come at them and all of that. And it just bothers me. It just helps me think, what make that make sense to me? Somebody give you a road, water, light. And still. So it's all about the hate, the jealousy, and for the views. And I'm hoping that those YouTubers will stop tearing on their own village and the people. And as I said, they try everything to tear Mawa down. It's not working. It hasn't worked, and it will never work. The only persons that can tear Mawa down, it have to be Mawa himself. At this stage, only Mawa himself. And if he continues to be very wise and prudent and in what he's doing, make sure he takes advice and do things accordingly, no stopping Mawa. So the only person that can take him down is him. If he does something stupid, that will, and I say something that, very, very stupid, that it will cause, it will be so big, anything that is, and he's not going to do anything illegal, because Mawa always walk with clean hands. Yes? So it's only him can take him down, because no of them can take him down. Because how can somebody with 2 shillings fight against somebody with 100 million pounds, shillings? I'm just using that to make a point, right? So guys, if you're joining for this first time, somehow you come across this video, this live, please do like it. Please do subscribe if you haven't. Share it. Comment. I welcome you comments, guys. And if you happen to run into this channel for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much. It's my intention to just be positive, find solutions. We identify problems and find solutions. We don't escalate problems. We find solutions. Once we identify them, we find solutions. And some of the solution that we find is making suggestions, because that's all we can do. It's all that we can control, making suggestions. And we hope that the powers be will take those suggestions and do a better thing. But so far, more power to the Ayamawa family. More power to all you, my lovely, wonderful viewers and subscribers. Wonderful people who every time you guys are here and giving me the support. As I said, I thank you. But also tomorrow night, guys, I have to do another live, 8:30, which I'll put up there. We're going to have the immigration attorney on tomorrow night live. Sharon said, please take off your voice. Absolutely, Sharon. I have to thank you so much. So I'm going to be closing out now because you can hear. So yeah. Tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have the immigration attorney, Georgia Lawrence, back on the live with recent developments in immigration and any other topic that we so will discuss, and all new things. So share it, guys. Make it known. Join us tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our immigration attorney back on to give us all the relevant information that we need that can help our friends, family, and loved ones. God bless you. Please like up the live, like. Thank you so much for joining, and God bless you so good for being here. And may the peace of God that pass all human understanding keep your hearts and your minds pure through Jesus Christ our Lord. As I said, in all thy ways, acknowledge him. He shall direct your path. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this live. May God bless you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.